Frank, Tiger won here 4 times in a row from 2000 to 2003, and in all, he's won it 8 times. Why is his game so well suited to Bay Hill?
Bay Hill just suits somebody that can fly the ball through the air and land it soft, because these greens get very, very firm. And obviously they get slick, so you've got to be a great fast green putter. If you're long, that certainly helps. That sounds like the MO of a certain Tiger Woods.
Oh, look out, Frank. Where's this one headed?
This is definitely rough, Rich, off the tee.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance, because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
So just getting started. Even par so far. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. 4th hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole. Maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart. EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Hello again and welcome. Rich Thorner alongside my friend and colleague, New Zealand's own Frank Nobilo. And we're here in the South Pacific Ocean at a pirate's scavenger yard turned golf course. It's known as Treasure Island. Frank, out to score a treasure here today. What can you tell us about this amazing course?
Well, Rich, on the subject of scavengers, that's what you got to be on a golf course. You want the lowest possible score you can. You want to be an absolute miser when it comes to making bogeys. Few and far between. Golf course is certainly challenging. More than one way to often play some of the holes out here at Treasure Island. Look at the coastline, Buccaneers Bay, the volcano in the distance, and of course, pirates. Pirates, all to be seen.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Set for his next shot from a good position in the fairway. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You know, you can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, you know, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
I like the looks of this one. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, that's a formality now.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over.
Frank, we've all been there. You hit one in the water, you're down. How do you regroup?
You've got to start from scratch again. Everybody's going to hit bad shots. That's just the nature of the game. But compounding mistakes, that's the problem that you want to avoid.
So the previous shot into the drink, this now the 4th shot.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's not how you picture it, Frank, when you step on that first tee.
No, you'd like to go back to that first tee right now and start again.
This is a bogey attempt for Martin Keimer. To 1 over par early on in this round. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Hoping to drop only 1 shot, this for bogey. So with that, 1 over par. Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything, and it's kind of scary, to be honest with you.
It's a very stout par 3, well protected in the front by those 2 bunkers. Might be a little bit of treasure in there. Our commentary box to the right. Leave that alone, please. Small enough green, but it certainly provides a good target for a par 3 that's in the mid 200 yards.
Speaking of targets, I mean, there's plenty of cannon fire out there. You could take one across the bow right here. You could walk away with big number and some big hits. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, rough.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a greenside bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Hop's lining this one up for par. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
So, 2 over par for the round. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Did the job right there. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. At +2 already. Frank, now on to the third. It's a par 5, and this is a diabolical, even a dangerous hole.
They call it Captain Hook, even though the hole does bend to the right. You've got to hug the coastline down the left. But there is a secret passage. Up on it.
Look at the coil there. Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich. I tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Nicely in the fairway here, Frank, but this is steeply downhill to the green. Not looking good, Frank.
I think it's wet.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That's good work right there. Just a tap-in. And getting ready for the putt. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
This is a 16-footer. That is agonizing.
Hit it.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh my goodness, how did he miss that? Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Oh, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So, 2 over early. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. In for par. So just a formality here. Well, he has that for bogey, and I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 3rd hole seems to have really shaken his confidence. Here at the 4th, Frank, what's the best way to take on this hole?
It has to be a good tee shot, Rich. It's a dogleg left, but you don't really worry about that fact. Worry about the fact that the fairway is anything other than straight. So somehow just find a little sliver of fairway. Then you're going to find that second shot that much more inviting.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Always nice to watch a great swinger of the golf club. 120 yards. Frank, you got a round in here yesterday. How'd you fare?
Slit my throat, Rich.
Birdie try, up next. Setting up for an approach shot here. The second shot now to the par 4. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Getting set now over the putt. Might be. Oh, he's gonna love it. Great putt. Keimer for birdie. Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. Just a little tap in here. That's a par. Stays at +2. Frank, this is quite a hole, isn't it?
It's certainly not a hole to lose your head on. Short par 4, dogleg slightly to the right.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Second shot. Good look at the green. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tapping.
Second shot now for Martin Keimer. Oh, get down. Look out.
It's over. The green. Well, just a little too much, Rich.
I don't know if it was wind at his back. He didn't calculate it. But he's going to be left with a difficult chip shot here. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. No way! He holed it, Frank.
Great pitch up.
Nudge this one home. Finish it up. So, 1 over par for the round. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, hopefully top of your game and top of the world from this point at the 6th.
Huge elevation here, Rich, so obviously that tee shot is going to go that much further off the elevation. And that's really the goal. Tee it high, let it fly a little, keep it left of the needle top mountain on that left side, and really you won't have much left on this fairly short par 4.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Second shot coming out of the rough here. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike, where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. He had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Keimer trying to run another one in. This is for birdie. Nice putt, and now back to level par. Clean this up with a tap. So, Frank, that's a bogey, and you see something with the body language here?
Yeah, I think we noticed that back there with that double bogey, Rich. Since then, it's almost like doubts crept in, a little bit of uncertainty. That is the beauty of this game at times, but really, if you want to be a champion, that's one thing that you have to change. Somehow, you've got to forget what's just happened. We haven't seen that yet. He's gone for a little extra. Long just met longer.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Beautiful looking shot right here.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
Should be safely on deck.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
All right, so green side bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Martin Keimer for birdie.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. How about that? 4 under par. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. Just a couple of feet. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Frank, that looks like a landing strip down there, doesn't it?
It does. It looks like a cross as well, but really we know, because we're on Treasure Island, it's an X, and it marks the spot of the 8th green, the par 3. You won't get gold, you won't get silver, but you might. You might just make a birdie.
Wonder what's under that green. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That one ends up in the rough.
That went sideways.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Locked in on the read and the speed. A good effort and a good par putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Frank, what's a good pirate design without a mermaid on a hole?
You're exactly right, Rich. Rounding out the front nine here, mermaid on the right, fairway to the left, and a shipwreck behind the green. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough.
Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Well, you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Oh, get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Frankie has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Ooh, I thought he had that. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Ooh, what a shot right there. Beautifully done. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Chases that in for par to stay at 4 over. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. In for par. Par 4 10th hole here, Frank. What's the setup?
2 choices, and that's always hard when you give people a choice. Easier one to the left, more difficult one down the right. Plus, you're hitting driver off the deck. And I don't mean off the ground. I mean off the ship.
What's the benefit of playing it down to the right, Frank?
It's harder, Rich.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, it's certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, that's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, what are the problems posed with a fairway bunker shot?
He's got to hit it nearly perfect, Rich, because the bunker's going to magnify any mistake he makes. This is where you really have to focus on great contact. Well, when you can't reach the green out of a fairway bunker, do the next best thing. That's put the ball in play. That's exactly what we just saw.
Smart shot. 180 yards to the flagstick. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Every once in a while you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
Oh, do that! How about 5 under par for the day? So after all that, it's a bogey. Frank, you and I have done commentary in golf all over the world. Have you ever seen a par 5 anything like this one?
No, I haven't, Rich, and I don't think I ever will again either. Treasure Island, there's only one of them, that's for sure, and there's only one hole like the 11th there. 5 different fairways to choose from.
5?
5, and it depends on your level of ability and how bold you are. Another little bit of fairway up there, well, if you can't reach this par 5 and 2. But if you're really, really game, you go down the thinnest, longest, right side, and you can and will reach the par 5 and 2. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, I tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage.
That was terrible.
missed that one, and it is going towards the rough.
Frank, you're in the business of analyzing golf shots.
I don't want to see that one again.